Okay, the Polyporus radicus, that's what they call it, radicus, or radicatus, radish. I think the radicus part probably comes from the word, something reminiscent of a radish, more than likely. And on this particular polypore, as you can see, it's porous on the bottom. And the number one thing to remember, it's listed as inedible. Doesn't mean it's toxic, doesn't mean it's poisonous. It just means it's not choice. Okay? And as you can see, the most definite way to tell about this variety, see it's called the rooting polypore. It's going to have a root, which is probably the reason why they call it radicus, or radicatus. Like I said, radish. And this piece right here actually is the root. It goes down pretty far. If you try to pull this up with your hand, it's going to be pretty lengthy. This came off a larger piece that I came back to get photos of today, and it was missing. So apparently someone ate it. So it probably would look something similar to this. Okay? But like I said, it was listed as all the mycological community that I've contacted that had any other experience with it other than myself. Supposedly this is non-toxic, non-poisonous. It's just not choice edible, and a lot of the ones they have listed like that, I have eaten, except for one or two of them not listed at all. A couple of the, like I said, one of the other persons that I spoke to, they said that basically this is listed as non-poisonous, non-toxic. It's just not choice edible. A lot of the fungi that I've used are listed in that category, basically, that I have eaten. The Polyporus cinnamomerinus, which is the cinnamon red polypore, that's all hard like plastic. Yeah, that one eaten raw is not very wise. But like this one here, I guarantee you could probably eat this. It's just not going to be choice edible. It probably doesn't, not much to write home about. There's no flavor or anything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to let you know what the results are, how I thought about it, what were the the effects or the symptoms. But it's not listed as toxic. It's not listed as poisonous. So like I said, we're looking basically at the reason why this is named as such, because of the root. Okay, it's going to have a root down in the dirt. It was difficult to pull up with the hand, like I said, like a radish or a carrot. And so that's pretty much, I guarantee, the reason why they call it that. Or they just call it the rooting polypore. So here's the root, but radicus, Polyporus radicatus, or radicus, probably radish. And cus usually means, where I'm from, usually means this piece right here is dark. Okay, so a cus. So I don't know why they call it that. That's just where I'm from. That's the name of something dark. Cus. Kush. Radicus. Kusha. So, yeah, I know, I got a weird family. But anyhow, this is the whole thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a vivisection, add to this footage. So give me a second. Okay, as you can see here, I have performed what they call a vivisection. And here's what the inside of the Polyporus radicus. Like I said, yeah, just got to figure out what the correct name would be, right? We just call it the rooting polypore. But it does have a name of Polyporus radicus. And as you can see here, this is what the inside looks like. Here's the gills. But it's polyporous, so you can see something kind of looks like reminiscent of little fibers. It's solid. Pretty much reminds me of the inside of a sunflower. The flowering part's kind of foamy. And here's the bottom piece, which I'm more likely probably going to cut off because of the dirt. And this is the number one way you can tell what it is. Just because of that root right there. There's not very many of them that do that I know of in this area. Like I said, I'm in the Ozarks. So, Polyporus radicus. It's listed as an inedible, but it's not listed as toxic. It's not listed as poisonous. A lot of the other, like I said, experts that I consult in occasionally when we hobnob and chit-chat with each other. No. pretty much it's just not choice edible. I'm going to go ahead and use this for food and see where that gets me. So I'll give you my results later on. And yeah, like I said, I thought I'd take this moment to post some better photos and information.